Good morning, everyone. Alrighty, I've got my back window or my back sliding door open, so I'm going to leave it open because you tell me that you like the sound of the waves. So rather than listening to music, you can listen to the waves crashing. Friday morning, another little short and sweet session. Everyone seemed to really enjoy our class that we did last Friday, which was a little shorter in time, so it was about a half an hour or so class. But it still gave us those beautiful benefits of our breath work, our pranayama. It also gave us the opportunity to do our relaxation, a little bit of relax at the end, but we got into it relatively quickly, which is nice. So I think that we'll stay with that for today. And then you've got a bank of a few little bits and pieces under your belt. If you want to do some short classes, because you're happy just to commit to 30 minutes, then you can go and have a look at I think I've actually called them short and sweet in the topic section. So good morning, I'm seeing all these little faces scroll on. So awesome, great. Helen and Yvonne, my little Friday morning crew. Yay, we're here, just in a different place. All right, I'm sitting. Okay, so you can always put on some of your own music if you want to. And I definitely would suggest it. I was actually on I was on a webinar yesterday with a whole heap of yoga teachers, and we were talking about how things were going in terms of doing things online. And one of the teachers said that she says to her group as she starts, if you'd like to follow this music with me today, it's on my Spotify account, and it's called Happy Friday, or whatever it might be called. So again, don't forget, if you are on Spotify, go into and search for my name, and then you'll find my playlists, and you can then just hit follow, and then you can use any of those playlists. And she made a good point. The point was that the artists then get paid for it, and in this current climate, these guys really need to be paid, because it's going to be a long time before they'll ever be able to have music in that kind of capacity again. Here we go, taking a seat. When you are ready, let the hands come rest here into the lap, or perhaps onto the knees, either or. It's just a soft gaze looking down towards the floor, or down towards our mat. And we're here, we're back on that mat, ready to focus on some slow, steady, smooth, even breaths. We know that breath comes steady, slowly in and out through the nose. Perhaps we could even create more length or more sort of shape to the breath, being a full inhale, filling the lungs all the way down to the bottom, their very lower lobes. And gradually noticing that breath filling all the way up to the top. We're also going to work today not just through this idea of feeling the breath into the front of the body, into the front of the chest, but imagining that we can take this breath into, on the next few inhalations, maybe the side of our ribs and the back of this rib cage. So creating that full, complete, almost like three-dimensional breathing. So that's the inhalation, being that complete expansiveness to the chest and perhaps down into the belly. But on that exhale, can we make sure that this breath is emptied, is released? Really feel all of the breath. Release from the lungs, feel them shrink, Perhaps feel the belly sort of draw back in softly. Just notice that natural rhythm that comes to your breathing here. Very gentle flow. And each breath is equal, exactly the same length. Let's take another 2 rounds of this breath in now. Start to become more alert, perhaps moving the fingers and the toes, moving through the feet and the hands. And what we'll take a moment to do is, if we don't necessarily need, we'll stay cross-legged, but if we don't necessarily need to be sitting on that block for some seated forward folds, that's okay, you can remove them. Also, blocks where you can be on your bolster. Place the palms of the hands then down here towards the floor, and when you're ready, we'll just do a nice easy fold forward. Okay, this just loosens up the hips. It also starts to create a gentle and a very sort of subtle stretch into the lumbar, the lower part of your back. Soften your head and let your head and your neck relax. Walk towards the right, breathing out. Softening your chest down onto the thigh, and mindful that we don't let the left sit bone leave the floor. And then when we next inhale, walk back round through to the center. Take your time as you curl back up. Cross your arms at the elbows. One hand sits onto the opposite knee. And breathe out, find that cat-cow that we often do, just to, again, warm up the back. So, again, it's a nice, easy version of cat-cow. You can do it with your hands on the knees. If you can't cross and you find that X just becomes a little awkward on your, across your neck and your shoulders, don't cross at the wrists. Just give me the same cat-cow action here. Rounding and flexing without the cross. Last one, breathe out, round back, breath in, extend. When you're ready from here, we'll square up the back, leave your left hand on your right knee, just release the right hand all the way around. We're going into a deeper twist, a little deeper than what we were just before in our walk of the hands. And that's primarily because I have that back right hand to deepen and move further into our twist. And then we unspiral on the inhale. We change the legs. We come back through the front again. Forward fold, hinge the hips, relax the neck and shoulders. The great thing about doing this on the 2 sides is that we get more opportunity to release through the hips and the pelvis and this lower back. So you might notice this time, second time round, coming through the front, might not feel it as stiff, might not feel it as rigid. Let's walk to the left. Breathe in and walk back to center. Go back up. Go back to the cat. Cow. One last one, rounding the back, flexing the back. This time we want to hold on to the left knee. Release the left hand around. Again, using this back hand to really work us around and deepen that twist action. And when we ease out of this one, it's just that gentle inhale. Let the right leg go long. Often I will get us to put this foot here onto the inner thigh, but if we can, and it feels comfy enough, let's go pop it up here onto the right thigh. If it aggravates either the knee or the ankle, definitely pull back through the toes and press out through the ball of the big foot. Take your hamstring stretch from here. Inhale as we rise up, exhale as we come through the front. Now, hold on to any part of the leg, be it ankle or calf, or pull back through the toes. Just allow gravity to soften the left knee down. And then we're assisting this hamstring calf stretch with the help of the hand, perhaps pulling back the toes, or even the hands holding the ankle to pull us down, chest to thigh, and head to toe. There's a little method behind my madness why I have this ankle onto the thigh. Because when we next inhale and lift out of this stretch, we're going to slide that right foot along the floor, and you can see exactly where we are. We're in that figure four, that definite and deeper glute stretch. So it's a little stronger than the crossed at the ankles coming forward. I'm just using this to layer from that first option. Straight spine, hands pull the chest towards this thigh so we're not down in those shoulders. We've got that softness in the shoulders away from our ears. And we deepen this by pulling deeper into it by the help of our hands. And then inhale as we draw back out. Cross that left ankle, or left leg, I should say, all the way over now, the right leg. Hands just sort of prop behind us. We'll roll the knees down towards our left. Watch though that our shoulders don't go and roll with it. Our shoulders will in fact turn opposite to the knee. So we get to head out towards our right now. You can also imagine perhaps this right bottom cheek can sit down onto the mat a little more. So rather than letting everything sort of roll off, and it's not going to sit on the floor, we know that all too well, but the intention of dropping it down, you really feel how it can engage into those sort of deeper stabilizing muscles, and even like I can feel quite ligamentous and tendony kind of stuff going on, as opposed to that sort of soft fleshy muscular effects. Then when we square the shoulders back up, we'll pull back in. Easy tune. Head of the cow. Easy tune. All right. Use props if we need them here. Bolsters, blocks. We'll take that ouch out of this one. So just want to make sure I'm not sitting on my feet. I also want to feel that I've got equal weight on our two sit bones, and I'm not sort of trying to head out here towards my right. And so you take your time. There is absolutely no rush. It's more about, really, how sort of, I guess, vigilant I am about keeping honest in our pose, or the integrity of the pose. And that comes even with this forward fold here. We're watching that, as I come forward, I'm not trying to come forward, but lean out here to the right. I'm very definitive about the fact that I'm staying equally weighted on the two sides here. Come down to where you feel comfortable. If you're with me on Wednesday night, we're doing the yin. We talked about that idea of knowing where our edge is. Bernie Clark talks about the finding the edge and exploring where that is, and then just noticing maybe that that leaves, the edge leaves, and the edge gets a little further away. And that gives me that sort of permission to delve a little further with it. We'll still stay in it, but we'll inhale and come back up just so that we can get these arms stretched. Same arm, same leg. So left arm. Again, if you feel comfortable sneaking underneath and grabbing, that's fine. Some arms will, some arms won't. Again, it's all more about the idea of what's going on here in this shoulder. Just, I guess in this one I'm always just very mindful of how upright I can be. Because it's very tempting if this shoulder is a bit jammed and a bit locked for me to want to do this. So again, that idea of as I open up this front part of the body, I'm also opening up this back part of the arm. It's important for us to start to warm up these arms, because when we do things, say like down dog and a lot of these arm-driven poses, we really want to make sure the arms are strong and have got their range, their right range. So in saying that, take that same left arm across us, lock it up into place, and drop the left shoulder. Let's work these two guys into one another. So my left and my right arm are having a little bit of a war against each other. And as a result, this is how we begin to feel this work going down here in the deltoid, this outer part of the arm here. So shoulders are down. If you want to give yourself a little neck stretch, knock yourself out. Hip can tilt over to the right. Awesome. Head can come back up, release the arms. Let's do a quick switcheroozy. Long left, short right. I'm going to get you guys moving, so I'm going to get these little stretches done. In, out, over. Pull on down, chest to thigh, heavy weighted right knee. Toes go back if we want to ask that calf to come into the equation here. Breathing in as we draw back up, slide the leg in, come and find your shin. Hold it, pull yourself in, work the knee away from the body. You can watch this rounded chest, think tall spine, chest pressing through the front here, lifting up the front. This then leads us into the crossover, right leg all the way over our left. And we pull the knees down to the side, this time down to the right, square up shoulders. I'm loving these little sort of mangrove fingers that I learned when we were away in Bali. Rather than trying to jam down through here, there's this sort of strength that you can get by coming up onto the tips of the fingers and not then necessarily load down into the wrist capsule. I think that people have probably had enough wrist stuff with how much activity of late we've been having on our devices. Square up the shoulders, come through into your head of the cow. Put those legs down, square on up. Even if you need to get some of the flesh out from underneath the sit bones, because it does all, obviously gravity sort of drops it and tucks it all under, then use your hands if you need to. And come through the front. Inhale as we draw back up, taking our tricep, stretch right arm up, collect it, run the hand down the spine, keep the body quite upright. And then it runs across our body, lock it up, drop that shoulder, arms press into one another, our head tilts down to the long arm side, where that long arm's heading. Again, we want to open up that channel down there from the ear to the shoulder. I'm confident that we've got the upper body and that lower body nicely stretched before we head in to a little flow, vinyasana flow. Already, head comes up, release the arms. Swing those legs out and around, come and find all fours. All fours will then allow you to be in the exactly correct position for us to find our down dog, which is up, back, and down. Don't rush to having to get, oh, she says, getting those heels down towards the floor. Ease them down slowly. Think of the jam jar hands. The hands turn inwards, but the upper arms tuck under. So the idea that we can then plug the humerus, this big arm bone, into the shoulder socket snugly. So hands turn in. Therefore we don't want those upper arms spraying out. We want to tuck those arms in. Raise up onto the balls of the feet. Let your right heel drop softly down towards the mat. Breathe in, balls of the feet. Left heel drop down. Reach it back into the mat. And up and down on the other side. Awakening the calves. If you've been doing a little bit of walking, your thighs start to pull up pretty quickly. So keep them stretched. Let both heels equally weight down towards the floor. Extend the left leg back up into three-legged down dog. Breathe in, and then step forward to low lunge. Step it through the front. Help it a few times if it doesn't want to go. Just use this again, mangrove mountains or blocks underneath the fingers. Drop the hips. Press back through your right heel. And let that left knee reach forward here. This is going to open up that front channel. Okay, right through that front of the hip. Leave your right hand down onto the floor or on your block. Open the left arm up. Good. Breathe out to do the opposite. Put your left hand on the inside of the leg. Open the right arm up. Breathe out, both hands return to either side of the foot. Step back into down dog. Flow it. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees. Just a push up. No lower. Just down and up. Exhale, down dog. Try the right leg. Inhale. Knee to chest. Exhale. Come and step through the front. Soft. Help it if it doesn't want to come on that first instance. Back with the left heel. Reach forward with that right knee. Drop into those hip flexors. Leave the left hand onto the floor. Open the right. Breathe out. Switch it. Right on the inside. Inhale, left opens up. Breathe out, frame the front of that foot, step back into down dog. Let's flow. Plank. Knees, just the chin only. Down and up. Back into your down dog. Go back with that left leg one more time. Upper lift. Knee to chest. Okay, we're going to kick it out to the right side of our mat. Don't come into the plank version just yet. Hang out there into the dog version. That means you're pressing your hands forward, sitting your hips right back. Can you feel the stretch in that left leg? I can. Maybe you even roll the foot down. Back to three-legged down dog. Both feet go back on. Here's your plank. This time if you want to lower, full range, off you go. Find cobra, inhale. Up and back on the exhale. Push, press, and go back. Take the right leg. Inhale. Knee to chest. Kick it out to your left now. Bring it up. Still find yourself in that down dog pose. Don't let the gravity shift you over those wrists. Back to three-legged down dog. Inhale. Breathe out. Both feet come back onto the floor. Breathe in, plank. Your choice of how you might lower. There's that cobra breathing in. And off we go, down dog. Let's add to this guy. Left leg lifts again. Knee to chest. Kick it out to your right. Here's your chance now to find plank. And maybe side plank. Your choice, your choice. Good. Breathe out, both hands go back onto the floor. There's your three-legged down dog. Breathe in, knee to chest. We're going to come across to the right elbow. Breathe it out. Breathe in back to three-legged down dog. Breathe out, back onto the mat. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Okay, stay here into the cobra. Walk those mangrove mountain fingers out. A little higher. Press through the fingers. Now lift up. Notice the difference. I'm not in my lower back, so I'm drawing my belly up and in. But I've got much more height, and I'm getting this really awesome stretch through my belly at the same time. Lower now, back down. Hands back to chest. Off we go. Push your way back up. Find down dog. Three-legged on the inhale. Good. Exhale into chest. Kick it out. Here's where we get to go into that fancy plank version if we want to. And maybe the open. Then the close. Three-legged again. Breathe into the chest. Good. Off we go, opposite knee. Three-legged. Both feet go back on. Here's a plank on the inhale. Good. Control your plank on the exhale down. Cobra breathing in. Keep that cobra. Plug those fingers out in front. Go a little higher now. Feel that width across the collarbones. There's this beautiful stretch there. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, hands back by the side of the ribs. Off we go to down dog again. We're just going to build on. Inhale. Exhale. Out to the right. Shift your weight. Drop to your knees if you want to. Yeah, that's your variation. Here's the open again. Then we're going to go twisting. Tuck it. Open it. Good. Tuck it. Open it. One more. Thread and use your waist. And open. Nice. Here we go. Back to that three-legged down dog. Knee to chest. Across to the opposite elbow. Quickly switch to the same elbow. One more opposite. And same. Three-legged. Down we go, both feet. Here's your plank inhale. Down it goes, exhale. Cobra breathing in. Plug those fingers, breathe out. One more lift, inhale. Exhale, come down, interlock the fingers around behind your bottom. Glue your legs back together. Now use those back muscles a little bit more. Lift and hold. Gaze stays low. Shoulder blades glue together. Try not to lift the legs. And allow those back muscles to focus and contract. And they're our mechanism. Keeping us up here. Good. Back to hands softly. Good. Push up to knees. Drive it back to down dog. Lean with your right leg, inhale. Knee to chest. Kick it out to your left. Send it through. Open the arm. Use your tuck. Exhale. Open, inhale. Thread through, exhale. Here's your last one. Two hands are on. There's your three-legged down dog. Good, knee to chest as we come through opposite. Switch across to the same. Opposite. Same. Three leg. Breathing. Return hands back to the floor. Breathe out, push up. Press back to child's. Breathe in. Back onto all fours. Breathe out to lower. Right arm comes out to your side. Left hand stays by the side of your chest as we bend the left knee. You get that little roll over. To open up the chest here. If your head needs to be on your block, or perhaps your bolster or a little pillow, take it there. This is a lovely twist for the spine. You can see that twist happening. Beautiful stretch for the chest. roll on over, switch it to the other side, long arm, short arm, bend and twist. Roll back over. Bring the hands back in underneath the forehead. Bend the knees. Windscreen. Windscreen wipers. And bringing the legs back down to the floor and long. As you roll over onto your back, prepare yourself for a little few minute relax. Either legs underneath the draped over the bolster, or we could always just go bend knees and drop knees together, so our feet can be quite wide. Just take a minute to drop into that breath. Just notice the gentle rhythm that comes back to your breath. Loving slow evenness of every single breath that you take. Observe the effect of your breath here. Not just the slowing down, but the effect that the slowness has. Slowness affects our heartbeat. Calms and soothes the nervous system. Start to notice become more observant of the sounds. We perhaps create some movement with feet and hands. yourself just to make your way onto a side that feels the most comfortable for you. Take time as we use our hands to find our way gradually up into sitting. Keeping the gaze soft, always allow the eyes to stay low, and also soft on the neck as well. And even keep the eyes still closed if that's comfortable. And when you're ready to bring the hands towards the chest, towards the heart center, allow those thumbs to just gently rest into that heart area, feeling the heart and acknowledging it. This is where we get to close class together. The opportunity for us both to honour what we call the love and the light and the divine in all of us. We are all one. So as we finish with Namaste, we bow the hand. Namaste. It's Friday. It's Friday morning yoga. A quick blast class, which was probably a little longer than our half an hour, but it's really hard to sneak half an hour in. I haven't yet come up with my next week plan, but it'll be good. I think I might get Brett in to teach a men's class. Anyway, have a beautiful Friday. I will see those who want to jump on board tomorrow. We have 9:30 for yoga. It'll be a longer class. It'll be our usual hour class of yoga. And I did mention on Wednesday that was our last in, but silly me forgot that we still actually have one more week left, or we have one more Wednesday left in in April before we hit May. So we will still do another in on Wednesday, on a Wednesday night for our Wednesday night practice. Have a gorgeous Friday. I'm looking at that sky and it's absolutely magic out there. I think it's supposed to be like 30 degrees out west today, 28 in the city. So that's a cracker of a day. So enjoy your Friday. I'm looking forward to my Friday friendship, my Friday afternoon Zoom drinks with my girls. We look like the Brady Bunch. There's a little square of us and there's 9 of us, 3. We often decide who we are. They wanted me to be Alice. I don't want to be Alice. I want to be Cindy. I think she's cute. So have a beautiful day, everyone, and stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, most importantly. And if I don't see you until next Friday, have a beautiful week. I'm sure I will. You guys are jumping on all the time. And have a lovely Anzac Day. Remember, 5:55. Verandas will be for me, or out onto your footpath, out onto your driveway. See you soon.